There are days I get home late and I'm already running on empty. I'm hungry, my feet hurt, my brain is done. I'm not trying to cook anything fancy. I just want something quick so I can sit down and breathe. But the second I step into the kitchen, I get more tired. I open a drawer and it's full of stuff, but somehow the one thing I need is missing. The measuring spoon set is missing one piece. The tongs are buried under random gadgets. I go to grab a knife and I can't remember where I put the good one, so I use a dull one instead. And now even slicing a tomato turns into a messy struggle. Then, I actually try to start cooking and the pans are stacked like a puzzle. I pull one out and 3 things shift. I'm stirring something and the utensil feels flimsy or awkward and it's such a small thing, but when you're already tired, it makes you feel irritated fast. And what really kills my motivation is that feeling of it looks messy before I even start. Little crumbs on the counter, a bag that needs to be taken out, dishes sitting in the sink from earlier. And my brain instantly goes, never mind, I'll just eat something random. After enough nights like that, I realized something I don't hate cooking. I hate how many decisions the kitchen forces me to make when I'm exhausted. So I switched to a simpler approach, a capsule kitchen. It sounds fancy, but it's actually really simple. Your kitchen doesn't need a ton of tools. It needs a small set of tools that are actually worth keeping, things that work, that get used all the time, and that make cooking feel easier instead of heavier. I don't need to be a great cook. I just need my kitchen to run smoothly, so I'm not spending 10 minutes hunting for tools just to start. I'm not getting annoyed by gadgets that break or are a pain to clean. I'm not guessing and hovering over the stove because I'm scared I'll mess it up. And most importantly, I'm not collapsing after dinner because the sink is a disaster. Today, I'm sharing 7 really practical tips. Nothing unrealistic. Nothing like clean once and it stays perfect forever. These are small changes that actually make your kitchen feel lighter in real life. And tip number 1 is something I wish I knew sooner. It won't make your kitchen look prettier overnight, but it will make you feel less stressed immediately. Let me start with the thing I wish I did sooner because it's so small. But it instantly made my brain feel calmer in the kitchen. I used to do this all the time. I'd grab the same tongs for everything. Raw chicken, then I'd flip the cooked pieces with the same tongs. Or I'd cut something raw, rinse the board real quick and keep going because I was tired and just wanted dinner done. And even when I technically cleaned it, my brain wouldn't relax. I'd stand there thinking, wait, did I touch the handle after the raw meat? Did I put that down on the counter? Is this safe? It's that low-level stress that ruins cooking, especially when you're already exhausted. So here's what changed everything. I stopped relying on memory and started using a simple separation rule. I keep one tool that is only for raw stuff and one tool that is only for cooked stuff. Same idea with cutting boards. If you can, one for anything raw, one for everything else. That's it. For example, if I'm cooking chicken, I'll use one set of tongs to move the raw pieces into the pan. Then, I put those tongs down and don't touch them again until they get washed. A second set of tongs is for flipping and serving once the food is cooked. And the best part isn't just food safety. The best part is mental. I don't have to pause mid-cooking and replay everything I touched in my head. I don't have to do that tired person math like, okay, I think I rinsed this. Did I just know. Raw tool stays raw. Cooked tool stays cooked. If you're busy, this one tip alone makes the kitchen feel less stressful because you're not carrying that constant "did I mess this up" feeling while you cook. And by the way, tomorrow I'm posting another video, Japanese daily habits, that help you feel healthier and live better. So if that's your kind of content, you'll want to catch that one too. Okay, this one sounds basic, but hear me out because I used to hate when people said just clean as you cook. Like, sure, let me just magically become a calm, organized person while I'm hungry and the pan is screaming at me. What actually helped was not being better. It was having one simple move that keeps the mess from spreading everywhere. Here's what I do. I keep one spot on the counter as my mess corner. That's it. Peels wrappers. Random bits, the little stuff that usually ends up scattered across the whole kitchen. It all goes to one place. And every time I finish one tiny step, like after I chop an onion or open a package, I do a quick 3-second reset. I scrape all the little crumbs and scraps into that mess corner or straight into the trash if it's right there. It's basically the kitchen version of put everything on the chair while you clean your room. Except this time, it actually makes your life better. Because what usually happens when you're tired is the mess multiplies. A few crumbs turn into a whole dirty counter. A couple wrappers turn into a full-blown kitchen mood crash. And suddenly, you're thinking, okay, never mind, we're ordering food. But when you keep the mess contained, the kitchen stays mentally manageable. You don't get that everything is out of control feeling halfway through cooking. And the funniest part, cleanup at the end stops feeling like a second meal you didn't ask for. It's more like one wipe, one toss done. If you want a super simple version, keep a bowl or a small tray nearby and use it like your trash taxi. Because walking back and forth to the trash can when you're cooking is basically cardio, and I did not sign up for cardio in my own kitchen. Next, this is where I stopped buying tools that look fine in the store, but fall apart the second I actually need them. I used to think, it's just a spatula. How different can it be? And then I'd be halfway through cooking already, tired, and suddenly I'm annoyed over something so stupid, like the handle feels loose, the head twists, food gets stuck in little seams, or the utensil is basically two pieces pretending to be one, and it starts separating right when I'm scraping the last bit out of a pan. It's such a small thing, but when you're hungry and overstimulated, those little annoyances feel personal, like the kitchen is testing you. So here's the rule I follow. Now I choose tools that are simple, solid, and easy to clean, especially the ones I touch all the time. The best examples are the one-piece tools, the ones without weird joints or detachable parts. Because those joints are where stuff gets trapped, gunk builds up and the tool eventually breaks or starts feeling gross. Now when I'm choosing everyday tools, I ask myself 2 questions. Can I clean this in 10 seconds without getting annoyed? Does this feel sturdy enough that I won't be replacing it in 6 months? And I'm not saying you need expensive everything. But the few things you use constantly, like your main spatula, your whisk, your peeler, those are worth being picky about, because they either make cooking smoother or they quietly drain your patience. Quick honesty, I used to keep cute gadgets just because they looked nice, but if I don't reach for it every week, it's not a tool. It's a drawer decoration. And my drawers already have enough personality. So the takeaway is simple, fewer tools, better tools. Your kitchen feels calmer when the stuff you grab actually works the first time. Alright, this is the small thing that saved me way more time than I expected. I stopped letting my measuring stuff float around the kitchen. Because this used to be my routine, I'd decide to cook something simple. Then I'd spend 2 minutes hunting for the measuring spoon set, only to realize one spoon is missing. Or I find the cups, but they're split up in 3 different drawers, like they're playing hide and seek. And it's not even the time that gets me, it's the feeling of, why is this so hard to start? Like I'm just trying to make dinner, not audition for a scavenger hunt show. So now I do one very boring, very effective thing. All my measuring tools live in one spot, one drawer, one container, one little zone. And I make it obvious, not tucked behind random gadgets. If I open the drawer, I should see them immediately. Because when I'm tired, I do not want to remember where I put them last time. I want muscle memory. Here's another thing that made a difference for me if you cook a lot. Having a backup set is not extra, it's sanity. Because there are nights when you're mid-cooking, your measuring spoon is dirty, and you're like, do I really want to wash this right now? No. You want to keep moving. A second set lets you finish dinner without that annoying stop and wash moment. So the goal of this tip is simple: remove the starting friction. When measuring tools have one home, you don't waste time searching, you don't get irritated before you begin, and cooking feels way more doable on a normal busy day. Okay, this is the lazy little setup that makes my kitchen feel 10 times easier. I keep one main sheet pan that can handle a lot of jobs, because on busy nights, I'm not trying to use 5 different pots and pans. I want one thing I can grab without thinking. That one tray becomes my default for everything: roasting veggies, baking something quick, reheating leftovers without turning them soggy, crisping up frozen food so it actually tastes good, even just catching drips so the oven doesn't turn into a crime scene. And if you add one simple rack that fits the tray, it gets even better. Now you can lift food off the surface so air can move around it, so things come out crispier and grease drips down instead of soaking back in. This is also one of those tips that quietly reduces cleanup. Because when everything happens on one tray, you're not dealing with 3 different pans plus a bunch of extra utensils. It's one tray, one wash done. And yes, this is the kind of adult life hack I never thought I'd be excited about. But once you have a reliable tray that you actually like using, you start cooking more often because it removes that annoying question of what should I use for this? So the capsule kitchen version of this tip is pick one versatile tray, make it your default, and let it do the heavy lifting on tired days. Now this is the one that helped me feel way less stressed. While cooking, I stopped trying to just know when food is done, because I used to do that thing where you stand there staring at the pan like it's going to speak to you. You cut into the chicken just to check juice runs out and now it's dry, or you leave it a little longer because you're nervous. And suddenly it's overcooked. And the whole time you're hovering, you can't clean, you can't set the table, you can't do anything else. You're basically trapped. So I finally got a simple instant read thermometer, and it changed the vibe completely. Instead of guessing, I check once and I'm done. No drama, no second guessing, no wait. Is this safe loop in my head? And the biggest benefit isn't even the cooking, it's the freedom. When you're not guessing, you don't have to babysit the stove the entire time. You can step away for a minute, wipe the counter, refill your water, or just breathe without feeling like the food is going to betray you. If you want the capsule kitchen version, you don't need 5 fancy gadgets. One reliable thermometer is enough for most people. It's one of those small tools that saves you from ruining dinner on the nights you really can't afford to redo it. Because being tired and having to cook twice? Absolutely not. Last one, this is the make everything feel easier combo, a kitchen scale and a simple habit that keeps your main knife sharp. Because when you're busy, the thing that burns you out isn't one big problem. It's all the little slowdowns stacked on top of each other. Measuring with 5 different cups, eyeballing ingredients and hoping it works, struggling to chop because your knife is dull so everything takes longer and feels harder than it should. So here's what I changed. First, I started using a small kitchen scale for quick measuring, especially for baking sauces and anything where I just want it to work the first time. It's faster than digging out multiple cups and it's less mess. You're basically dumping things in one bowl and moving on. No extra dishes. No where did the 1/3 cup go moment. Second, I stopped treating a sharp knife like a chef thing and started treating it like a sanity thing. A dull knife makes cooking feel like work. You press harder things, slip chopping takes forever, and even simple prep turns into a chore. But when your knife is sharp, everything moves easier. You cut faster, cleaner, and you don't feel that frustration building up. And I'm not saying you need a whole sharpening setup or a complicated routine, just a tiny maintenance habit like a quick tune-up regularly so your main knife stays easy to use. This is the kind of tip that doesn't sound exciting until you feel the difference. Then you're like, oh, this is why my kitchen used to drain me. So if you want your minimal kitchen to actually stay minimal, these 2 upgrades help a lot measure faster with less mess and make prep feel effortless instead of annoying. Okay, this one is what finally stopped my kitchen from getting messy again, even after I cleaned it. Because I used to do this cycle, I'd declutter, wipe everything down, feel proud. And then a few days later, the counters would slowly fill up again. Not with kitchen stuff, just life stuff. Mail, a random bag, snacks, a charger, receipts, a bottle you used once, a box you need to return. And suddenly, the kitchen isn't a kitchen anymore. It's a dumping ground. And the problem is, once the counter is covered, cooking feels harder automatically. You have to move things just to make space. You can't prep comfortably. And before you even start, you already feel irritated. So here's the rule that fixed it for me. Every category of life, clutter needs a landing zone. Not, I'll put it somewhere, not I'll deal with it later. A real specific home. Here's how you set it up in a way that actually works. Step 1, pick 3-4 common clutter categories in your kitchen. For most people, it's mail papers, snacks, water bottles, cups, random items, keys, receipts, small packages. Step 2, give each category one container or one spot. Examples: mail papers, one small tray or basket. Snacks, one bin or one shelf section. Bottles, cups, one shelf, not the counter. Random items, one drop tray near the edge, small on purpose. Step 3, make one simple counter rule. If an item doesn't belong to a category or doesn't fit in its landing zone, it doesn't get to live on the counter. That means either it gets put away, or it gets tossed/donated, or you decide it's home right then. And this is the key part that makes it realistic. You don't need a perfectly tidy kitchen, you just need a clear working zone. Even if one little tray is messy, the rest of the counter stays open so you can cook without moving piles around. So the goal of this tip is not be organized. The goal is stop the clutter from spreading. Because once it spreads, cooking feels heavy again. This is how you protect your future self, especially on tired days, so you walk into the kitchen and it still feels usable. And that's it. A minimal kitchen isn't about having the prettiest kitchen or the most expensive tools. It's about making dinner easier on the days you're already tired. If even one of these tips helps you cook with less stress and less mess, that's a win. If this was helpful, hit like, subscribe, and save this for the next time you're about to cook on a busy night. And tomorrow I'm posting a video on Japanese daily habits that help you feel healthier and live better. So if you want something simple you can actually use, I'll see you there.